Have you ever noticed how people can get emotionally destroyed over something that has absolutely nothing to do with their real life? They scream, celebrate, argue, and even feel depressed, all because of a game played by people they've never met. And then there's you, watching it all from the outside, completely unaffected, not excited, not invested, just neutral. And people look at you like something is wrong, like you're missing something, like you're broken. But what if I told you you're not missing anything? You're just not wired the same way. Most people don't realize this, but the reason you don't care about things like sports, hype, or mass excitement is because your brain doesn't attach meaning the way theirs does. Their brain looks for belonging. Yours looks for logic. Their brain wants to feel part of something bigger. Yours questions why that something matters in the first place. And this is where it gets interesting. When most people watch a game, their brain releases dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine for anticipation, oxytocin for connection. It literally makes them feel like they are part of the team, like they belong, like the outcome affects them. But your brain doesn't fully buy into that illusion. It doesn't attach identity to something external that you don't control. And because of that, you don't get pulled in. You stay detached, observing, thinking, and that changes how you experience everything. Because once your brain stops attaching emotional meaning to things that don't directly affect your life, you start seeing how much of the world runs on artificial importance. People argue over things that don't matter. They invest energy into outcomes that don't change their reality. They build identity around things that are temporary, and you see it clearly, which creates distance. Not because you think you're better, but because you can't force yourself to care about something that feels empty. And here's the part nobody talks about. The same mechanism that makes you indifferent to sports also makes you different in life. You don't follow things just because everyone else does. You don't get emotionally pulled into group thinking. You don't attach your identity to external validation as easily. Psychologists call this lower tribal attachment. But in real life, it just feels like independence. And independence is uncomfortable for people who rely on belonging. Because when they see you not reacting the way they do, it forces them to question themselves. So instead, they label you boring, cold, not fun. But what they're actually reacting to is the fact that you're not emotionally dependent on the same things they are. And here's where it goes deeper. People who don't get pulled into mass excitement often redirect that energy somewhere else, into ideas, into creativity, into understanding, into things that actually affect their life. Your brain still seeks meaning. It just refuses to find it in things that feel superficial. And that makes your world quieter, less chaotic, but also more real. Because you're not living through someone else's experience, you're living your own. And that's something most people never learn how to do. So the next time someone looks at you and says, "How do you not care about this?" Understand what's really happening. They're not confused about you. They're confused because your brain doesn't work the way theirs does. And deep down, that makes them uncomfortable. Because you're proof that not everyone needs the same things to feel complete. And if you've been listening to this and thinking, "This is exactly how I feel," then understand this. You're not boring. You're not missing out. You're just not controlled by the same triggers. And once you see that, you can't unsee it.